Um, 30 years ago, I had a gentleman teach me something about an entity called an unincorporated nonprofit association. I'd never heard of anything like it, and how many people here have heard, unless you've heard it from me? The new people, you haven't heard of an item called an unincorporated nonprofit association. Okay? The reason you don't know about it is because it's private. All right? Meaning it is not public. Now, all the corporations, all the other entities, corporations, LLCs, partnerships, all of those things are public. So you can go to the Secretary of State's office and put in any corporation, and you're going to know who's the owner, who has the shares, all of that stuff. With these, you cannot find it online. The reason is it's on a 3x5 card stored in the file cabinet in the basement of the Secretary of State's office. The only way you can find out who has Montego Holdings is to write to the state. You got to get a special document and for inquiry on a entity, and you send them $5 and they will send you back the same certificate that I filed with them, which is this one. And when you see that certificate, the certificate has a handwritten number up here. That's the handwritten number that's on the 3x5. It is not on a computer. Okay?
So you cannot find it in the computer.
Can't find it on the computer. And I pay to have that registered with the state. They stamp it, they register it, they stamp on the back of it, certified copy. And then I also pay to get a certificate of good standing, which that handwritten number is on there. Again, this is not on a computer. It's in the Secretary of State's office in that file cabinet. So the only thing the state knows is that I was the president who put this together. I signed it saying I attest to the fact that the document is filled in correctly and all the information is correct. That's all they know. So if you wrote and sent them your $5, everybody, I got to turn it off, okay? Okay, so where was I? Okay, the Secretary of State's office, the only thing they know is that I put it together. They don't know that Gary bought it from me. When Gary buys it from me, I do a document that authorizes Gary to be the secretary. Okay? This document is called duties, and it says the duties of the secretary is to buy and sell real estate, to buy and sell automobiles, to do business, to do whatever you want to do. You have that notarized. You, the person, has it notarized, and now you are in charge of this entity. You do not own it. Okay? So, once you have this notarized, if anybody asks you, what gives you the authority to sign on behalf of the association? Simply put, here's the document that gave me the right to do that. And it was signed by the president at the time that he authorized me to do that. After I do that, I do another document called the banking resolution. The banking resolution, again, me as president, authorizes Gary to be the person in charge, and he's authorized to open bank accounts and do all of that. And you simply write the name of the bank in these 4 blank areas, and you walk into any one of the banks you want to work with, Bank of America, Chase, BBVA, whatever bank it is, credit union, whatever it is, and they will open the bank account for you. And if your credit is halfway decent, you immediately apply for a credit card for this association. Now, they're going to use your credit to first establish the credit for this association. Okay? So once...
The
yes,
secretary.
the secretary. So remember this.
It's all legal.
I'm showing you documents from the state, isn't I?
It's only legal.
I didn't print these up. The state printed them and sent them to me. Okay? Now, one of the most critical things is getting the tax ID number. When you go get a corporation, whose social security number do they use to get the tax ID number? Yours. Right? And your name will be underneath the name of the corporation. It'll say you are the secretary. You're the one in charge of this. And you'll get a tax ID number. So now, here's the thing. In any corporation that you have put together, your social security number was used to get the tax ID. You own all the shares. Are you tied to that corporation?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, legally.
Legally, you are. With the way I do it, I pay another gentleman a lot of money, and he gets me a tax ID number that has nothing to do with your social security number.
Oh, that's good. So
Okay?
you're not liable.
You're not liable. Now, there's more ways than one that you're not liable. Number one, you're not tied, your social security is not tied to the tax ID number. Okay? This is the same tax ID number that you would get if you were a religious organization or a club. So it's a 575E. If you were a club, if you were a church, a corporate soul, a religious organization, clubs and associations, a 575E is the E stands for exempt. It's already exempt. So you don't need to apply for pay another $400 to get tax exemption. It's already exempt.
More than 400.
Okay? Yeah, I know. You plus you got
Charge 2,000 more or less.
right. Plus you have to about 20, 30 pages to fill in about what you're doing and all of that. Okay? So once you have the tax ID number, I then send in all the paperwork, because first I know I got the tax ID number, then I send in the paperwork, I get it registered with the state, then I assign it to the person who wants to buy it, and my next step is to resign as president. Okay? So I now do a document that says I have resigned the position as, where's that document? Maybe it's over here. Yeah, it's over here. This document says that I have resigned, and you, if it was Gary, would sign saying that he has accepted the fact that I have resigned, and he has accepted the position as secretary. So now remember, he's got a notarized document saying that he has accepted, which he can show anybody to say that he's in charge. But this one is between him and me saying that I resigned and he's accepted the responsibility of controlling it, but not owning it. So what you want to learn is own nothing but control everything. Okay? So you don't want to own anything. Why? Let's just say you get into an accident. Terry, the first thing the attorney for the other side is going to do is get your social security number and see, oh, Terry's got a business, he's got a bank account, he's got a plane, he's got a boat, he's got a car, he's got a Ferrari in the garage. We're going after him for everything. Okay? But when they go after me, they say Dennis Gray has $57 in the bank for the last 12 years. That's it. They can have it. That's all they can get. Because everything we have goes into separate associations. Believe me, I can show you 30 or 40 different associations that I control right now. I was in Puerto Vallarta last year, November. We bought some land over there. I immediately sat down and I said, okay, Vallarta Lifestyles. Got the tax ID, got the association set up. I don't own it. Vallarta Lifestyles owns it. But I get to use it. My automobiles, do you see my name anywhere on here? It says TLC Trust Association. Okay? There's TLC Trust Association. The Highlander is owned by that. There's PHI-01 is owned the Jaguar that I'm driving, which is down there. There's a BMW that we just got another association for that. I can't remember the name of that, but it's in there. Okay? Because I just got it. So everything we control about 18 different associations right now. Why? Every bank account, every business, every property, every car, they're all in separate associations. Why do I want them separate? If I had more than one car in an association and I get into an accident, they're going to take both cars. That's right. Or 3 cars. Okay? So once you understand how the associations work, it'll absolutely astound you. Let me give you a little. The way we operate, we have a basic UA. I call it a UA, Unincorporated Association, although it's an unincorporated nonprofit association. Now, all these other corporations, etc., how much do you pay every year to keep a corporation going? $800, right? Minimum. Before you even open your doors, you got to pay them the $800. Once you've bought the association one time, for the rest of its life, you'll never pay again. That means it goes from you to your family, to their family, to their family, with nobody ever paying another dime. So now,
corporation, you have to pay every year to renew $800, right?
Correct, correct.
Renew
Right.
every year.
Correct. But this one, you pay nothing. Okay? Now, let's just say you put your house into this. You got your house in here. Okay? Let's just do that. Okay? You got your house in that association. Now, let's just say you bought it 5 years ago and you transferred it into the association. I'll show you how to do that. Okay? Once you donate it to the association, you do a document like this. Quitclaim deed or a grant deed. And the transfer tax is 0, correct? Mm-hmm. Why? You did it for financial planning purposes, and for financial planning purposes, there can be no due on sale clause. So the bank can say, you sold the property, so we want all the money up front. No. The Garn-St. Germain Act prevents that when you put the property into a blind trust, or as this is called, an unincorporated association. Okay? So now the property is in here. You bought it 10 years ago. You have a tax base from 10 years ago, right? Property tax base from 10 years ago. Now you pass on. Your son or daughter, whoever it is, a will which I give you, you fill in the will and it says, upon my death, my next of kin, A, B, or C, whoever you designate, will become the secretary of any and all associations that I am currently secretary of. Okay? So they become the secretary, they walk in with your death certificate and my will and say, I'm now in charge. Did the title of the association change? No. So do we have to pay title transfer fees? No. Do we have to have a new revaluation on the property tax? No. Okay? None of that happens. Probate, no. Everything is avoided. And your family member takes it over, and it can go to their family member, and to their family member, and to their family member, and nobody, and nothing changes here.
As long as you have the paperwork on each level.
Correct. Now, here's the thing. It's like, take a look at what happened to Apple. What happened to, the guy who died? Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs died. Tim Cook took over. Did Apple change? No. That's what happens here. Okay? Now, on another side, if you bought a property and you want to sell it in less than 2 years, after 2 years, you get a $250,000 tax break if you're single, $500,000 if you're married. But if you sell it before 2 years, you got what they call capital gains tax, right? But the capital gains will remain in the association bank account. There's no capital gains tax. It remains in there. Now, this association can buy another house and put it into another association, and you get to rent it. See, I have a document where I donated my cars to the associations, and then I also have a permission to drive that from the association. So the association has given me the permission to drive the cars. When I get stopped, whose car is this? It doesn't belong to me, but I have the authorization to drive it. Okay? The same thing on the houses.
So, but if you violate driving law, are you?
Well, if you violate the driving law, then you are responsible for violating the law, not the car, right?
No, not the association.
No.
No, the association didn't violate anything. The association is a piece of paper. Remember this, an association, a corporation, all of those are a piece of paper. Okay? So piece of paper cannot interact with human being, life and blood person. All right? So once you have done that, the next thing you need to know is the law. The law states that the debts of the association and the property of the association belongs to the association, not to the officers, members, or agents of the association, unless you specifically agree to a debt or asset in writing. So who's crazy enough to say, I am responsible for the taxes to be paid. I am responsible for the lien that needs to be paid on this? Nobody. I have a gentleman right now who's got a $150 million lawsuit against him. Okay? He owns San Diego Jet Ski and San Diego Motorsports. He has, in the motorsports, he has about, I don't know, 30, 40, 50, four-wheelers and dune buggies and stuff like that. In the jet skis, he's got jet skis, watercraft. Well, a woman about a year and a half ago rented one of the four-wheelers, got into an accident, and got completely paralyzed. And she was also pregnant, so lost the baby. So now she's completely paralyzed, and they're suing him for $150 million. So I sat down with the attorney, and I explained, I said, first of all, let's go pull off all the laws on the association. So you and I can go through it. And I explained this is what the association does, and this is how I put it together, how he's not tied to that association, and the association rented the property to that lady, not him. And the attorney goes, why is your name even on here? I got to get you off. Because you didn't rent the property to that lady. The association did. So we're going to pull you off this. Now, how much is the association worth? He says, hey, it's got about $60,000 to $80,000 in property in there, toys. He says, just give the association to them and you walk away. The $1.5 million lawsuit is gone. $150 million lawsuit is gone.
Oh, land?
Gone.
No, there's nothing to gain.
They can't get anything. They can only get 60 to 80,000 of used equipment.
That's so powerful.
All right. I have a mortgage lady right here in Northridge who changed mortgage companies. When she changed mortgage companies, she wanted to work as an unincorporated nonprofit association. I did the W-9, I gave it to her. She filed it. Then very next morning, the company called her and said, we do not have to report to the IRS, and you will be not getting a 1099 from us. Is she a happy camper?
Yeah.
Okay? So, what you need to know is, I have a lady in Minnesota who had a heart attack, had 2 stents put into her. She felt 6 months later, she felt good enough, went to Europe, one of the stents plugged up. She had another heart attack over there, cost $48,000 over there. When she came back, everything was paid. Why? Her house, her business, and her car were all 3 in 3 different associations. She owns nothing. So everything was paid for.
After the hospital cannot charge her for the bill?
She doesn't have anything.
We got no money.
Oh.
Oh.
He has medical. He's eligible for medical.
Right.
For the...
Right. Now you can be on the private side. For instance, me. Okay? I get my Social Security and my VA benefits on a card over here. Okay? On the 1 p.m. on the day that I'm due to get it, it goes on this card. 1 p.m. It says, okay, on such and such a day, you're going to get it. On the 1st, you get this. On 17th or 18th, you get this. And 9, 10 o'clock, I'm at the bank taking the cash out. It goes into one of these associations and it's gone. It doesn't belong to me anymore. I donated it away.
But you are the one in control of the money.
I'm in control of it. Okay? So the money went into the association and nobody can touch the money that's in there. Now in Washington State, I have a friend who called me up last November when I was in Puerto Vallarta, and he said, I want an association. So I gave him an association. He had his friend, Russ, as the secretary. He was the treasurer. Okay? His name is Gary. Not Gary. Gary. Okay? So, Russ and Gary, he's the secretary, he's the treasurer. And they put their money 50-50 and bought a property. They put the money also in refurbished the property, and now it's worth like 3 times the amount. Well, a month and a half ago, he was in court, and the judge said, "What about this property?" And he said, I'm the treasurer. I don't have anything. I donated money to it, but I don't have it anymore. I gave it away. Well, the judge says if this property is ever sold and you get the money out here, Gary, out here, okay, I want to know. And he says, yeah, I'll let you know. The money is never coming out of there. Because the money that's there can buy another association and he can go manage it. Because he'll be the secretary.
Wise guy, huh?
He'll never have it. A judge couldn't touch it. The IRS hasn't been able to touch it. The Franchise Tax Board has not touched it. Okay?
Because the law says so.
Pardon?
Because the law says so.
The law says so. The law says it doesn't belong to you. It has its own tax ID. It does not have, it has its own tax ID. It owns itself. It does not have shares. It does not have officers. It does not have trustees. It does not have beneficiaries. It just has a secretary who controls them. That's it.
And assets.
And the assets and the liabilities to go along with it, right? Now here's a guy who's JD, he's a law student, okay? So he'll tell you, what I'm telling you is ironclad,
Amen.
okay? It's ironclad. I've been living this way for 30 years, okay?
Jumping back to the credit angle, like Johnny was saying last meeting, he can do corporate credit, but you said you can do that too. But I guess having a personal good credit score is a good idea, but it's not, you're not dependent on that.
No,
When
because
you
your
do
personal
association.
credit score is for the initial getting the credit.
Yeah.
So after you get the credit, it's just like, let me show you this, okay? What I do is I tell people as soon as you go open the bank account, immediately get the credit card and the debit card, so you got both of them, and I use the credit card to buy everything. Okay? So am I buying it for me? No, I'm buying it for the thing. If I get cash out, why am I getting the cash out? Is it for me? No, I'm donating it to somebody. I make donations all the time with cash. But how did they know where it went? Because I don't require a document saying that I donated to you. Okay? I can donate. I can go to the church and I can give them $1,000. And I don't have to say, here's $1,000, I want a tax deductible thing. No. So I can go donate to the homeless people on the street, can I? I can take my cash and go donate it to them.
Yeah.
Is there any restrictions as to how much I can donate? No.
And
I thought as a citizen you can only donate up to like 15% of your income.
15.
To get credit for it. That's true. You can donate as much all you want. That's true.
That's if you want credit
You
for
want
it.
credit for it.
But
So
I
you-
don't want credit
you don't
for
need
it.
credit, so you can donate it all away.
Correct.
That's true.
And so, and I build the credit on this because when I first went over and got this, they gave me a $10,000 line of credit, right? So what I do, I use about $2,000, and then every 2 weeks, I look at, oh, it's $2,000 or $3,000. I go to my debit, and I pay it off. I don't pay the whole thing off. If it's $3,000, I'll pay $2,000 off. So now they're looking at my credit and they're going, this has been there for a year already. But they're saying, hey, every 2 weeks he's paying and we've never been able to get any interest from him. They gave me another credit card, line of credit with 0 interest. 0% interest is what I have here. And they gave me another line till March of 2020 with 0 interest. Because I'm a good credit guy. Now I can walk in there and I say, hey, I want $200,000 line of credit. And they're going to say, well, you've been doing good. And they go, how do we know you're going to pay it back? I say, okay, here's all the associations that I currently control. Here's how much money comes in every month. Okay?
so if somebody want to donate, let's say $1,000 to the association can also issue tax deductible receipt.
Sure, you
for that
can if you want.
donation?
Yeah, right. You can issue a tax deductible receipt because it is, and it's right here. It says what to do if you taxable stuff. It's right here. It says section 1812. Okay, an unincorporated may verified account. It shall be conclusive presumed. It has a thing here about taxable stuff. Okay. So you go and read that, and I give you all the information you need, give you all the documents you need, and send you on your merry way, and I'll tell you what, nobody can touch you.
Very good, yeah.
And as you said, you have to initially start out with your own personal credit to get this started, right?
Correct.
So what's the minimum credit score you need to get it initially started?
620, 630. You know, you might start out with $2,000 or $3,000 in credit, but even if you start out with $2,000 in credit and you get up to 6 months of using it, I recommend that you then, after you get that initial credit card from the company, go open a Staples, Office Depot, a gasoline credit card, and start using them with this. You start paying them on a regular basis, and pretty soon you're going to be inundated with credit offers.
Double-edged sword.
Right. Okay? And you want the credit card that gives you points for bankruptcy when you want to. They give you points towards your bankruptcy. That's another thing that you know about the guy that went to the preacher and said, "I'm up to here in debt and I'm thinking of committing suicide." And the preacher said, "Don't do that, my son. Go home, light a candle, take your Bible, open it up, and whatever comes to you first, that's what you do." And 6 months later, the preacher sees him. He's brand new $500 suit and driving an Escalade, and he goes, "Hey, you did what I told you?" He says, "Yes, sir. Pastor, I went home, I lit the candle, I opened it up, and there it was, chapter 7.
Not 13.
Chapter 7. Get rid of it, not 13. That's payback. No reorganizing, no nothing. Okay, so basically what I'm telling you is the association is the best kept secret in the country. 30 years ago when I found it, I didn't want anybody to know about this. Okay? I was doing it on my own for several years. And about 8 or 10 years ago, I started doing it little by little by little. But right now, I like to just do small groups of people, friends who know friends, and teach them how to protect your assets. Okay? And remember, assets, the first 3 letters is what you want to save. In assets, the first 3 letters is what you want to protect. Okay? So, that's what I can tell you, how you can protect everything you have and never worry about anybody taking it away from you. Just leave it for your family and yeah, to the church, whatever you want to do.
How much it would cost to?
These are $5,000 each. Okay?
It's association.
It's association, and what the people go, $5,000, that's a lot of money. Hey, what protection are you getting? Okay? If you want insurance, how much do you pay for the insurance? You don't get it for free. You don't get it for cheap. You want that protection, you're going to pay for it. All right? But the protection is going to last you and your family and their family forever. One-time pay.
And you don't have to pay the $800
Every year. No.
And again, I like what you always say, Dennis. It's not, you're not paying for it, you're investing.
Oh, yeah.
It's an investment in your
In your,
you, in
right,
your future.
right.
Makes sense, yeah.
I thought I turned it off.
Makes sense. Yeah.
If Maria wants you, she has that special number.
No, that's Cyrus. Cyrus is trying to get to me to come back over here. I just turn it off completely.
The moment I hand in $5,000, you're stop working?
Let me tell you, I have about 24 of them already pre-done. The names, the tax ID, everything is ready. All I need is your name, the address you want to use, okay, and the name of the association from that. I have it all finished in 24 hours. You will have a PDF copy, and within a couple more days, I'll have it dropped in the mail to you. So you can take the PDF copy and go down to the bank and open your bank account and protect yourself.
Next day, huh?
Right. Next day service. That's why I love this, because I just had a lady that was in Hawaii 2 weeks ago. She had these people are operating home care businesses under their name or under a corporation where they own everything. They don't have the necessary documents to protect themselves. They don't have the manual. They don't have the sign-ups for the people to come to work. They don't have the client sign-ups. And I said, you guys are nuts. So she sold 5 while she was there, and she wants me to go back with her for 5 days because those people all want to do them. They're already doing them over there. And I have my paralegal friend who's putting all the documents together for her. And the paralegal, when I gave it to her to do, she goes, gee, no wonder an attorney would charge $5,000 to $10,000 to do this, and I'm charging her $1,500. I said, you're not charging her. She's donating it to you. Okay? Because anything I pay, I don't donate. I don't write a check to you. Okay? I would write a check, and it would say loan. If I loaned you $1,500 because you did some work for me, you came over and did some work for me, and I gave you write you a check, and I say $1,500. Here's a loan. The loan is you pay me back, right?
Yes, that's right.
Right. But when are you going to pay me back? When you make money. So when is that? Who knows? When you make money, you can pay me back.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Where pay when you are able. Loans are non-taxable.
Yeah, yeah.
But can't you give 14,000 to someone, just your neighbor, and it's not taxable?
Yeah,
You don't
but
give them 14,000?
right, but that's if you're doing your taxes. So are you going to be doing taxes here? No.
You will not go- That's why you don't have to file your taxes.
I haven't done it for 30 years.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's about all I have to say here.
Everybody talk to these two to get to you.
Right, yeah.
While you're up there, could you briefly mention again the 9-year telephone?
Oh, telephone, the telephone deal. Okay, all right, listen to this, folks. How would you like to have 9 years of unlimited talk, text, and data for $300 one time?
No more monthly.
No monthly payment, and you can call 93 countries for free.
Except Philippines.
Except the Philippines yet. But Philippines will come. Philippines will come. But right now, you can call 93 countries. I just signed up a lady in San Antonio, Texas. She's from Thailand. She called me up last night. She goes, I just talked to my family in Thailand, and I text them pictures. It didn't cost me anything. It went through.
And the signal is stronger than our regular one.
Well, let me show you.
That's what I need.
Let me show you.
I didn't
Okay?
come up with $300.
Okay, here.
China, you can call Dubai, you can call.
Correct. You can call all the major countries, okay? But this is my AT&T phone in my living room, okay? 1 bar, 25.7 download speed, 12.4 upload speed. This is the same area, same thing with the SIM card from that company. 39.47 and 13.5 and 4 bars in the same place.
It is stronger.
Stronger signal and faster. Almost 50% faster, right? From 27 to 39.
Their system searching for the strongest signal, right?
Right. You are in the program with me, so you know what's going on.
So you have 2 SIMs in your one cell phone?
No, I have 2 cell phones. The reason I have 2 cell phones is this is the old one that fell down and cracked the glass. This is a Note 4. And unfortunately, the battery is so bad, it dies every 4 hours, okay? So it's dead. But with that phone, I can call Australia, England, everywhere and not pay anything. This phone is from AT&T, but this battery lasts all day, okay? So, I mean, It's 78%, and I charged it in the morning. I haven't done anything since then. So the other one,
We can use our existing phones?
as long as it is unlocked. Okay, so you need an unlocked phone. I have a list of all the phones that you can use. If you don't have an unlocked phone, you can buy one. And anywhere from $80, I think it was Jim bought one for $80 on eBay.
Yeah, because he kind of picked their brain over there at tech support. They're over in Phoenix.
Right,
MCS
tech support.
Telecom?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Anyway, he talked to the tech guy, and the three bands he knew about.
2, 4, and 12.
Right.
2, 4, and 12 are the best bands. And he found this one phone. It was only $80 on eBay. He bought it, and he said it works like a charm. Okay? So you can get anywhere from 80 to 200, 250, 300 bucks, a nice phone, smartphone, and there are a lot of dumb people using smartphones when they're driving especially. I call them dumb people using smartphones while they're driving. Okay?
Sign up,
With this, there's a link that I have. The link is simply, www.mcstelecom, telecom.com /159.html. You go there, you pay the $300 plus the tax and the shipping, and if you want to keep your existing number, they charge you an extra $48 to keep your existing number. Okay? So once you go here, you pay the $300 plus the tax and the shipping. They will ship it to you. In about 3 days, you'll get it. Then it may take you 2 or 3 days to get with tech support because they are doing a whole bunch. I see my $2, $3, $4 every day, 10, 15 of them coming in. That means the people in my organization are buying these. And so I get a little override on them. Okay? So the beauty of this is you got 9 years of service for a one-time $300. No monthly fee. And people, you know, when I tell them about this, they're going, oh, well, yeah, I get free calls because I use Viber. I said, yeah, you can use Viber, you can use all those other things, but you're paying a monthly fee, aren't you, to get Viber?
that's right, yeah.
With mine, I can still get Viber and all of those things, but I don't have to pay anything.
No cell service.
And you get override too.
Overrides.
What if they wanted to make a business? Explain it to them.
Yeah, if you want to make a business out of this, then you would go, are you guys going to sign up?
He wants you guys to do that.
Yeah.
You want me to tell them? How do I get you guys?
Danny,
Never
if you
get
have a business card,
We'll just get them in touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
get them in touch with
you
you.
have a business card, right?
Business card, no. I've got business cards, but they're for a whole different opportunity. the Talk Fusion one. Talk Fusion. Get in touch. Yeah. So get in touch with Jim and Lily if either one of these two things that you guys want to do. Okay. Now there's another thing that I was telling Jim and Lily about, and I haven't really explained too much about the
Business opportunity.
the business opportunity. That's a lot of people here pay a lot of money for your television, right? To watch your TV.
I don't pay a lot. to watch
Huh?
TV.
You don't pay a lot.
I don't have cables. I don't have.
Right. But for the people who pay to watch TV, you can get 2,000 channels, including all the foreign channels, the Filipino channel, everything, for $49 a month.
49.
And you get $10 for each person you refer. So if you get 5, your TV is free.
So you get to have a box?
You get it's a Fire Stick. You stick it in your TV, you download the program, and you get to watch all the pay-per-view, HBO, Showtime, they're all on there.
What do you stick in your TV?
Huh?
What is it you stick in your TV? You said
A Fire Stick. It's just like a thumb drive.
but it has to be
but
a modern TV in order to have the.
it has a yeah. You can buy one of those. It's like the Chrome. Amazon has the Fire Stick. One of those. You get one of those and it download the program.
No, I'm just saying it can't be an old TV because it's not going to have.
No, you gotta be able to have a USB on it.
As long as it has a USB connection.
Right. Right.
Nothing that still has rabbit ears.
Rabbit ears. You're going like this.
With tin foil.
All right. So there's 3 ways for you guys to make money. Okay.
Well, thank you.
My pleasure. Now I want to bring up the master over here on to show you how you're going to pay off a house in anywhere from 5 to 10 years.
Please, and the student loan.
5 to 10 years.
And
House,
using-
car, boat.
Everybody.
And using what? Line of credit.
Using the line of credit that you can build with this. Okay, we got so many other things, I mean, that'll absolutely blow your mind, but we don't want to give you so much, okay? We just need for you to understand a few basic things. The number one basic thing is, how do I protect my assets so nobody can take it away from me? Okay? I mean, you know, a church has a bus, it has pews, it has all of this stuff. They should all, and the church has income, and the church, you know, has expenses, right? But what if the bus was owned by an association, a nonprofit? What if the pews and all the equipment was owned by an association, and then the church pays to rent those on a monthly basis? What are you doing? You're taking pocket money from pocket A and putting it into pocket B.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, afford to pay.
But then you got these properties, these things are protected, because if anybody sues the pastor or the church, they can't touch the equipment.
And he can even talk politics and not lose his 501c3?
Right. Yeah. Right. And see, with an unincorporated association, since you are, I have done Vietnamese temples
Yeah, what's
with
the difference between 501c3 and
the 501c3. You're under the thumb of the IRS and the government. They give you permission to do. My permission is already granted to you. Okay?
Oh, so we are under 5001.
I'm a five-
Then you're under the government
Correct.
supervision.
Correct.
So you have to report all your activities to the government.
And if you don't do it for 3 years, they pull it away from you.
5 income tax?
But not the association.
With the association, you don't have to make any report to the government.
I have not, and nobody has ever asked me to do anything in 30 years.
30 years. That's really incredible.
Yeah.
Stop filing income tax.
So I'm going to bring Gary up here. Now, I don't know what time it is. What time is it?
8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. Okay, here's the thing. I have to go to Newport Beach and meet a couple other people over there, and then I got to drive back down to San Diego. So I'm going to take off. This gentleman is, I'm going to leave you in good hands with the other people here. And Dennis, I'm turning it over to Gary.
Thank you.
Dennis, what is 501 is asking?
501B is the same. It's like, this is more like a 501B is what it is. But it's, the 501B again is from the IRS. This is not.
So you mean you ain't only the CPA, only the accountant, only the.
You don't need CPA anymore to do all your
If you
paperwork?
go talk to a CPA, he's going to say, don't do it.
Yeah.
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 Why? Why? Because he doesn't
They don't know
need
any-
him anymore.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna ask your lawyer will
Say-
neither tell you, no, that's illegal. They're gonna say.
By the way-
CPA, lawyer.
Yeah, by the way, the guy, when I sat down with that lawyer and I told him about all the rules and regulations of the association.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, he called me and he goes, Dennis, about your association, I can do them myself, but I don't know how you do it, and I want you to do two for me.
He ordered, huh?
Yeah, he ordered two because he didn't know how to do it without with the protection.
Oh.
And the knowledge that you can provide him
Correct.
at the same time.
So even the lawyer don't know how to do it.
They know how to do it.
They don't want you to
They're
know.
going to use your social security number to get
No.
the tax ID that ties you to it.
Yeah. No, actually, there's another one. It's called the Commercial Qualified Trust. But it's so expensive. The minimum is $30,000.
What's that?
Well, you guys,
Commercial Qualified Trust, it works the same, exactly the same.
you guys know Cynthia.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Down-
yeah,
down-
Cynthia,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cynthia had one done in Georgia.
Yeah.
And the guy did a 50, he did a UCC one for her and did this.
Mm.
You know what he charged her? $15,000
Yeah, imagine that.
for this. Okay? And when she said, can you advise me on this? I looked at it and I said, the first thing I need to tell you is number one, your name is right under the name of the association. That means you are in charge of it.
Yeah.
And your social security number was used to get the tax ID.
Oh
So
my
right there,
God.
you're screwed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Number two, he's got you as president. And here, in the rules and regulations, it says the president does not have any authority unless the secretary is not there. So I said, so why did you make you president?
So he didn't know what
He
he's
didn't
doing.
know what he's doing.
And he lost
So
also-
she says to her husband, would you please throw that away? She's already got 4 for me. Here's the thing. What is it?
Gary, you're so handsome there. Look at the
Oh my goodness. I was just sending it to my sister.
Putting this on there, huh?
I'm-
But anyway, she just ordered 3 more. Her husband ordered 1, and they just put the Ferrari into one.
Yeah.
Okay. And to transfer, it's all transferred and everything. I saw the Ferrari in the association, the DMV paperwork. The only thing he's got to finish it, he's got to get the smog. And he said, the smog on a Ferrari is over $200.
Can you put in all your properties in one association?
No.
Don't put all in
You
one.
can, but it's not wise to. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, because if anything happened, they can, because if you got a lawsuit, then they can got everything you put in one UA. So you put in as many
You
as
separate
you
it.
can afford.
As many associations as you
Yeah.
can.
It's worth
Yeah,
it.
plenty of asset.
And
If
you know,
have plenty
as you
of
go
asset.
along, you want to separate them.
Yeah.
Because I know nobody's got all the money like this lady does when she ordered 5 at one time,
5
and you know,
5 associations.
right?
Because he can afford.
Yeah, she just took me to Las Vegas this weekend. We stayed in Frank Sinatra's suite. His grand piano is there.
Tropicana, yeah.
No, it's at the Golden Nugget.
Oh, Golden Nuggets.
Right. And the thing is, this lady has so much money. She was gambling at the
By
table.
herself.
She's a high roller.
Yeah, by herself, the high roller table. And Maria, she said, "Oh, we got a massage appointment at 3:00." So Maria goes over to say, "Okay, it's 3:00." She goes, "Okay, let's go." And she tells the dealer, "I'm leaving." And the dealer says, "You want to cash out?" She goes, "No, I'll be back." He says, "You know, there's over 100,000 sitting here." She says, "Yeah, I know. I'll be back."
That's Cynthia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gambled a lot.
She won $85,000. I gave her $100. She brought me back 400 more, so I got 500.
Wow.
Maria gave her $100. She got 300 back, so she got 200 more.
Wow.
Just, and she won 85,000, gave back 35,000, and then she says, "And you know what? When I looked at my credit card, the credits that you get, I have another 23,000. So I went to the Louis Vuitton store and bought it."
God bless you, Dennis. Drive safe.
Nice meeting you all.
God bless
Didn't get to
you.
meet you. That's all right. Nice meeting you.
See you next time.
Yeah, next time. I'll be back.
But you're just gonna be here, right?
We'll be back when?
I'll come back next Saturday, next Monday, but the Monday after I won't. But next Monday I come.
Okay.
But he's got a recording of everything I'm doing, and I'm going to get you a yeah.
And again, if you want to get in touch with to Dennis, you talk to Jim and Lily, and they'll be the ones to get you directly to him. Okay?